folks, Jonathan here, back working on the 31, 33, 54, whatever you do, mixed and matched parts. But anyway, working on the floor in the back, getting ready to close in around here. We're working on pin up some pieces for the rails that go up through here, because we're going to cap it off and make it look right. I know you weld like a girl.
Don't get this on video.
Huh?
Don't get this on video.
Don't get that one on video? You want me to wait until you get a little bit better beat?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we had a subscriber from Somerset, Massachusetts send us some decals. Actually, they got them through Max and then had them sent to us. But they're the decals for the valve covers. And I've got to put the other one on. We've got one on. So now, you know, I actually had somebody cuss me out for putting a Chevrolet engine in a Ford. And actually on, you know, in the comments, and I deleted it, but they were pretty rough about it. But, you know, they didn't evidently realize that this was a Ford engine. But because of the distributor in the back, they just assumed it was a Chevrolet. So now, instead of getting accused of putting a Chevrolet motor in a Ford, I'm probably going to get accused of putting Ford stickers on a Chevrolet. I guess a lot of people don't realize that there's one in the back, but I want to just want to say I appreciate the decals. They work great. They look good on there. I like them. Never even crossed my mind to think about even putting any on, but appreciate it. Okay, folks. Working on the back panel inside, the bottom inside, and all that stuff. So we'll be back on it tomorrow. I will. Noah's gonna stay home and play with turkeys or something. All right. Okay, folks, I've gotten, well, I haven't got anywhere from where I showed. Got the panels in the back here. We got an opening in the center. Now we're going to put an opening in there to be able to get in and out, and put a battery box in there. So we're not done in the center here. But what I want to do is make two pieces for the sides. The only worry I have, I want to make them where they come from here around, and then they're going to be behind the seat. But my worry is the top section where it goes around. I don't want it to stop here and then look goofy, you know, behind the seat. So I'm trying to debate on what I'm going to do. If I'm going to make a piece that maybe goes part of the way here, but all the way on the top, all the way around, and then maybe part of the way here on this side. So got to figure it out. That's going to be a hard one to sew up, but I'll have to see. But anyway, we're going to work on that tonight, so maybe I'll show you some upholstery work here. Alright. Okay, folks, so what I've done now is I made my board that I want for the corner, and I steamed it and then bent it around, put some screws in it, just a couple to hold it, and then went on and put the halogen light on it, and that'll dry it back out, and hopefully in a little while or by morning this board will be in the right shape. Because what I was worried about is if I cover it flat and then I go to curve it, it's going to have wrinkles in it. So I'm going to see what I can do with it like that, and hopefully I can stretch it and make it work. I've never done it around the corner like this, so we'll all learn together, I guess. Alright. Okay, while our panel's drying, we're in here working on the actual upholstery part of it. As you can see, I've done the measurements here, and we're 15 3/4 tall, and then a little over 13 wide. The way we can make it the way we want it now. Right here is going to be a piece of piping, and then this will be the solid with the 3/4 inch foam in it. So I guess now I'm going to go ahead and put the piping on, and since we got all the pleating in. Alright, okay, so we've got this sewed on. Now this piece is only going to be 2 3/4 tall, but what I've done is the way I sewed it on, I left some extra here so I can wrap it down around the hopefully around the foam and around the board. And so I'm going to cut me a piece of foam 2 3/4, and I'm going to glue it to the back side of this, and then we should be ready to start putting it on the board. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, so there's our, I said it was 3/4, but I think that's 1 inch is what I'm using. Just some scraps I had. This is the 1/4 inch sew foam. And yes, my hands are dirty. I didn't run in the house after I got through doing the, you know, some metal work and fab work and welding, grind, and everything else. I didn't run in there and wash my hands before I come out here to the upholstery shop because I was in a hurry. And I've only got so much time to work. You know, me and Noah both went to Rex today, plus I had 2 tows this morning I had to do, so I mean, you know, we're busy towing and working, so anyway, so let me get the board. I think we're ready to try to stretch it on there and hopefully it turns out good. Alright, okay, so here's our board. It actually stayed really well. We're going to go ahead and get it glued and wrapped and stapled and all that good stuff to see how well it works out, and I'll show you here shortly. Okay folks, door panel. This is the panel we just finished. Now, I think I showed you before, but the latch goes here, but there's actually a piece that goes between here on the body, but I just wanted to make it all line up, you know, and go around like it should look. We got a couple wrinkles. I don't know how it's going to work out, if I can steam them out or what, but we'll see. But it come out pretty good. Good as could be expected. I'm going to stick this in there real quick. I just want to see what it's going to look like, you know, halfway put together, and I'll show you. And I think I'm going to call it a night. And the reason I didn't extend this cloth on around is because the seat goes there and all that's covered. You will never see the lower section of that. Now when I do my panels, that's why I brought this down even to the bottom of the dash, and then we'll extend this forward and extend this forward with it. So, and on the kick panel. And then that's it. Really, besides the back part of the seat, there won't be much really any more upholstery to do, carpet, but that's it. But anyway, coming right on, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay folks, sorry that this is nighttime and it's going to be hard to see, but this is what we've got so far. And now this is not in there permanent, it's just sitting in there. I'm just doing the interior, you know, when I can do it in the evenings and stuff, and then we'll keep on everything else during the day. But that's what it's going to look like. You see it's coming down, and then we'll go forward with that. As you can see, the carpet, what I was talking about, or the upholstery on the bottom, you can't see it on this one. So, but you can see a few wrinkles there. We'll see if they'll come out. But I mean, they may be covered by the seat also. So I'm not real good at getting wrinkles out of this vinyl yet. But you know, keep practicing and doing it, and maybe we'll figure it out. But I like it. I like the style of it. I know, you know, this is sort of a 50s period, and this interior is definitely not a 50s period. But it's just what I wanted to do. Just, you know, practicing and learning and enjoying it, and whatever I can. One thing I can say is don't be afraid to jump in there and try to do interior work, because it's not that hard. Don't let nobody think it, you know, make you think that it's impossible. That's because it's definitely not. So we got to figure out what we're going to do in this post, whether we're going to cover it or just paint it the color of the car, or paint it, you know, brown like the interior, or, you know, try to cover it with something. I can make a panel to cover it. The reason I didn't bring this forward is this is protruded out at the bottom. It's actually at an angle. Hard to see, but it'd be an inch out at the bottom, and then it actually goes below it, you know, at the top. So it cuts down at an angle, and I had to do that. There were some pieces down here that I had to cover, and the only way to do it and do it, you know, to where it was going to look right was to actually do the whole thing. And we've still got to fill up top, you know, weld in. We've got quite a bit to do, so don't think any of this is, you know, complete. And you know, what I'm doing is sitting the interior in, and then I'll take it out and put it in the building tonight, and in the upholstery shop. And once I get everything all done, then once I get the car painted or whatever, I'll be able to just stick it in. So I guess I did leave this open at the end. I didn't do anything with it. Now it's going to have to go down, and I am going to just use the interior screws that Neil sent me, and we're just going to use interior screws to put it in, because, you know, I haven't put any I think of some pieces. What basically I'll explain what I seen or what I understand you would do was make your board and don't cover it yet, but put it on the door and drill through, and that would mark exactly where you need to be from your door panel to your door and on the holes, and then you put the clips on that pop in. And I don't have any of that stuff or anything like that, so, and I don't mind these interior screws. They're stainless, they're, you know, they're nice, and or they might be chrome, but anyway, they won't give any trouble. But you know, I'm not going for the clean, no fastener look anyway, so it really don't matter. Anyway, we'll keep at it. We'll keep at the interior. You know, I'll keep practicing and hopefully keep getting better at it. All right, well, we'll be back on it hopefully tomorrow. It is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, but I'll probably end up working tomorrow. Take a little time off, but not much. All right, appreciate you. Bye.